What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for the week of February 18th through February 24th. And it's going to be another great week. I feel it. We're coming off the energy of the new moon, and I hope your intentions are starting to manifest. I'm sure they are. Before I get any further, I just want to make an announcement. I already made a video about this, but not too many people watched it. I have a new website. Shameless plug, I'm sorry, I know, but this is a website for you because it's a place for you to get daily readings, a free daily reading each and every day to help guide you on your daily path. There's crystals, there's the place to book a reading with me, there's the about page, there's all sorts of things. Lightofriga.com, go check it out. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. Maybe until the end of the video. Anyway, today we're going to be using the Untamed Truth Oracle to figure out what's going on this week. So if you would please give me a moment to center myself and ask the Oracle deck a question. What do we need to know about this upcoming week to make it the best week possible? I love the way this one shuffles. Alright, let's get the deck. And we're going to deal out 3 cards. As always, what my plan is to look at these cards individually, and then at the end go through them and see what they have to say as a whole. So the first card we're going to look at is this one. And we've got Cycles. I was just talking about the moon cycles, and here we are with this Cycles card. And the message I'm getting here is that... Did I just spit on this card? Oh my goodness. Sorry. The message that I'm getting here is that this week it's important to remember that nothing is truly permanent. We always are going through phases. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. It's never permanent and it's never static. It's always in motion. And it's important to realize that because as we move through this life, sometimes we can allow our emotions to attach themselves to our situations. Right? If we're going through a bad breakup, we're going to have negative emotions. And until we find a new partner, we're going to continue to have those negative emotions. I think this card is saying that there's always cycles. And if you're going to let your emotions or let your feelings get attached to the way things are at the moment, then you're going to be all over the place. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. Sometimes you're going to be up, sometimes you're going to be down. You're not going to be knowing which way it's going to go next. But if you're more centered, if you're less... if you know that these cycles are coming and going and you kind of detach from them and allow them to just happen without you having to respond to them emotionally, if you're more centered and more grounded, then these cycles won't affect you and you can always be feeling good. You can always be feeling positive rather than allowing these cycles to affect you. So I do feel as though this week is going to be a time for volatility maybe, and maybe these cycles are going to happen. Sometimes things are going to seemingly go perfectly well. Other times it's going to be disaster. But I think this card is reminding you this week that just stay centered, stay grounded, and don't let them affect you. Things are always moving, right? You can't feel bad when things are low because, like I said, you're not going to know what's going to come next, and you're going to be out of control, basically. So that's the first card. Interesting. Let's go on to this middle card, and we have Fear. Yeah, definitely a correlation here. You know, we have these cycles, and a lot of times they can bring fear. And I think that's something that's going to pop up this week is something that you're fearful about. Not necessarily happening, but something that you're fearful about just kind of dominating your thoughts. And that's all fear is. It's ego worrying about the future. That's what fear is. And that goes hand in hand with the cycles. You know, if you're worried about the future cycle, if you're worried about how things are going to go into the future, then that is where fear is created. And I think this week is going to be very important for you to realize just how often you're fearful and just how damaging that fear can be. So again, it's all about finding your center, staying grounded, and taking the ego out of the future and putting it squarely in the present. If you look at the present moment right now, there's absolutely nothing to be fearful about. You're sitting there, you're watching a video, you're probably, things are going great, right? Your house isn't on fire, right? But if you take the ego and you put it into the future, then all sorts of things are possible. Oh my goodness, my house is gonna burn down. I'm not gonna have enough food to eat. I'm gonna lose my car is gonna get stolen, blah 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 blah. All these things are imaginations. And I saw an interesting quote today, I think it was, is that fear is. What was? Oh man, I always bungle these quotes up. Fear is wasted imagination. It's like imagination placed in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? Use your imagination to create possibilities, not to create limitations. So definitely catch yourself being fearful this week. If you are being fearful of anything, realize that you are just creating it with your mind. You're just worrying about a time that doesn't exist. And if you take yourself into the present, if you stop worrying about the cycles and just go with the flow, then you're always going to be ready to face any challenge, and there's nothing to be fearful about. All right, the last card. And we've got Be Brave, Stay Wild. This deck is cool. I really like this deck. Look at the artwork. Look at all that. Okay. Do you think a wolf is going to project his ego into the future and say, oh no, we're not going to have enough to eat. Our whole pack is going to starve. Right? No, a wolf doesn't think that. A wolf is thinking, how can I get food now? And you know what? To think about that, if a wolf stops to think about the future, then a wolf is not eating now, because he's not thinking about food now. This card is saying be wild and be free, and like the wolf. If you're thinking about the present moment and only the present moment, then you're going to make the present moment the best you possibly can. And if you make the present moment the best you possibly can, then your future will be a result of the present moment. And a wolf is brave. It doesn't succumb to fear because it tries not to allow fear to enter into it. It's a wild animal. If it allows fear into its fears, if a wolf allows fear into its sphere of consciousness, then it's going to stay in its cave all day. It's not going to want to come out because there's predators out there. It's worried about food. It's worried about the cold, and it's not going to get anything done. It's going to die in its cave. But a wolf is brave. It doesn't think about the future. It doesn't think about fear. It just goes out and does what it has to do. And that's what you need to do this week, my friends. You need to stop worrying about the cycles. Stop thinking about the future. Stop projecting your imagination into the future and using it to create reasons to be fearful. Because it's taking you out of the present moment. It's putting you into a time that doesn't exist. And it's causing you to stay in your cave and possibly, not get as much done as you need to be getting done. So I see a definite message here, and I think that is the message, is that fear can run your life if you allow it to, but you don't have to. So many of us in this society, we grow up with fear. We always have fear. Our parents teach us fear. Our teachers teach us fear. Our news media, our society, our culture just teaches fear. All sorts of things to be fearful about. But if you really look at it and break it down, none of these things actually exist. They're figments of imagination, and in the present moment, none of them exist. And if you want to avoid these fearful imaginations, then you have to focus on the present. You have to do the best you can now, because your future is a collection of past present moments. It's a weird thing to think about, but it's true. Your future is just a bunch of present moments that are now. Does that make sense? I don't know if that made sense, but it makes sense in my brain. Anyway, does the message come through? I hope that was clear for you guys. Just no fear this week. Be brave. Stop thinking about the future and stop allowing happenstance to control how you feel. That's the message I'm giving you for this week, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Just another shameless plug. Head on over to lightofriga.com. daily readings. You don't want to miss the daily readings, right? Bookmark the page to stay up to date, and hopefully you like them. I put some effort into them. It's not just a quick thing. I write some things out, so go check that out. I would appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Lets me know that you got something out of it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put those in the comment section, and also be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all my readings, especially the weekly readings. You don't want to miss out on those for weekly guidance. All right, friends, no fear, stay brave, stay in the present, and you're gonna have a great week. So I want to wish you all a great week. Love and light to you all. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.